Hello, everyone. Welcome to the class. Today's topic is prompt engineering. Last week, we talked about the base large language model, also known as foundation models, begin their journey with pre-training on diverse datasets, including text, images, speech, and structured data. This pre-training creates a base model that serves as a foundation for a variety of applications. When it comes to adapting these models for specific tasks or improving their performance, there are two general approaches. The first approach is about improving the model itself. Here, we talk about fine-tuning the model through supervised training or other methods that will allow us to tailor the model more closely to specific tasks or domains. Second general approach focuses on improving how we use the model. This includes techniques like prompt engineering, retrieval-augmented generation, and integrating models into agent workflows. These methods optimize the way we interact with the model, enhancing its utility without modifying the model itself. Let's dive into the first approach, improving the model itself. This method involves taking the base model, the foundation model we have built, and then carefully adjusting its parameters and fine-tuning it to better meet specific needs. Think of this process as performing robotic surgery on the model. Just like in surgery, precision and care are crucial because the task is very complex and interconnected. Adjusting one parameter can affect others in unexpected ways. So it is very important to note that this approach isn't always easy. Tweaking the model's parameters requires deep expertise, as small changes can have significant impacts. It's like making tiny adjustments to a complex machine where every part is connected to others. Moreover, not all models allow this level of modification. Proprietary models, like those offered by large tech companies, often don't give you the option to adjust their parameters. You can think of these models as being locked boxes where you can use what's inside, but you cannot change it. On the other hand, open source models provide the flexibility to tweak and refine the parameters. So when we talk about improving the model itself, we're usually referring to open source models, but with that freedom comes the responsibility of knowing exactly what you are doing. Let's shift gears and talk about the second approach, improving how we use the model. This is where our focus will be today and the following 3 weeks. And it's all about making the most of what the model can do without changing its underlying structure. Imagine this. Instead of trying to reprogram the model or tweak its inner workings, we simply learn how to communicate with it better. We can do this by giving clearer instructions or providing more context, especially guiding the model to produce the best possible responses. This is where prompt engineering comes into play. It's like giving the model the right nudge so it knows exactly what you want. Think of it as asking the right question in just the right way to get the answers you need. And here is something interesting. With proprietary models, like the one many of you are already familiar with, such as ChatGPT, you don't have the option to adjust the model's internal parameters, but what you can do is to craft better prompts to steer the model in the direction you want. It's all about how we interact with the model to get the most out of it. So today, we're going to focus on mastering this art of prompt engineering. We'll explore how the way you craft a prompt, how you ask your questions, can make all the differences. Prompt engineering is the art of human effectively communicating with AI. The goal is to craft prompts, which is the input that we give to the LLM, in such a way that the model understands our intent clearly and provides the useful outputs. You can think of it as a feedback process. We provide a prompt and the model generates a response. We analyze that response and refine our prompts to further improve the result. One point I want to emphasize here is that essentially we freeze the model by prompt engineering. What do I mean by that? When we talk about prompt engineering, we're not changing the model's parameters or tweaking its internal settings. The model stays exactly as it is, unchanged, stable, and ready to respond. Our job is to interact with it in a way that brings out its best performance. It's like playing a game where the rules are set, and your task is to find the best strategy with those rules. By refining our prompts, we can guide the model to produce better outputs without ever touching its core algorithms. Think of it in this way, the model is like a tool or machine, and prompt engineering is how we learn to gear that machine with precision. It's about knowing exactly what to ask and how to ask it to unlock the model's full potential. This is where our creativity really comes into play. So the term engineering comes from the Latin word, which means a brilliant idea or a flash of genius. And that's what prompt engineering is all about, using our creativity to craft prompts that help the model give us the best possible responses. So today we will dive into specific techniques and strategies for prompt engineering. Let's walk through the basic process of prompt engineering. As users, we begin by crafting a prompt that includes task description, queries, examples, and formatting instructions. The LLM then processes this prompt and generates a response. The quality of this response depends heavily on how well we've engineered our prompt. This iterative cycle, from prompt to response to refine, is essential what we will be learning today. We will explore different strategies, examples, and best practices for crafting effective prompts that lead to the best possible outputs from the model. Given today's language model's capabilities, you just provide clear and specific instructions. Think of the large language model as your online new assistant. It has very basic knowledge and cognitive skills to process the information. But at the meantime, it doesn't know things that are specific to you. So you have to be very specific and clear about your request.